This is what you can do about your health, a podcast about how you can make your body healthy, strong, fit, and resistant to disease. I'm Sean McClendon, your host. I'm a certified personal trainer, author, and health and fitness enthusiast. Thank you for joining me today. The information on this podcast is based on personal research, opinion, and experience, and it's not meant to be a substitute for advice from a doctor or a physician. You are advised to consult your doctor or physician before making any changes to your lifestyle. All right. So, in this episode, I want to talk about an experience that I had this morning when I went out to the track. Um, for those of you who follow me on YouTube or wherever, I'm in Georgia. It is October, and so it's getting cold now. Now I know cold is relative. The cold in Georgia is not going to be the same as the cold in Connecticut and New York or whatever, but it's getting colder. It's 40 something degrees this morning, um, and that will make sense a little bit later. But anyhow, before I get into that, I want to mention the book, the featured book of mine for this episode. Sorry, I should have pulled it up a little bit earlier. Just hang with me. But the featured book for this episode is my book called What You Can Do About Belly Fat. Almost everyone at some point has wondered how to get rid of belly fat. And for most people, no matter what they do, they can't seem to get rid of it. So if that's you, check out my book called What You Can Do About Belly Fat. In it, you'll learn about why fat accumulates around the midsection. You'll learn about fat type of fat called visceral fat, and why you should pay attention to that. And you'll receive key exercise, eating, and lifestyle strategies to help your body target belly fat based on my personal training experience, as well as my own personal experience in lowering my body fat to about 10%. So if you're ready to take steps to melt belly fat away naturally and keep it away, this is your book. Look in the description so you can click the link and get your copy off of Amazon.com. All right, let me get a drink of coffee here. And y'all bear with me. I'm about to change this scenery a bit. I hate kind of what I have in the background, but it's about the information. But I will be changing this extremely soon. Now, this morning, I went out to the track. It's a track not too far from where I live, high school track. And first of all, like I said, it's about 40 something degrees outside. I dropped my kids off, went out there. I had a lot of second thoughts, even when I woke up this morning and I felt how cold it was when I got out of bed. I was like, you know, maybe I hadn't been out to the track in a while because whenever my kids are on fall break, I got out of the habit because usually I would drop my kids off and then go right to the track. But like with my kids being home all the time, it's having to kind of like think about things for them to do. Kind of excuses. I could have just taken them out there, but I admit excuses. That'll mean something later on. But anyhow, so I dropped my kids off and I was like, I'm going. I'm going to the track. No excuses. So I went there and did my walk. So I walked about a half mile, and then after I did a half mile, I did some hill sprints, just a few hill sprints. And in the midst of my hill sprints, I saw this brother coming out there to do, I guess, his walk or whatever. And I saw him way off in the distance because I was in one corner of the track and he was coming on from the other corner of the track. And I was kind of looking, it's like, hold on, that dude, does he have on shorts, man? Maybe not. But then I noticed as he got closer, and sorry about the noise of my printer copier there, but as he got closer, I noticed the dude got on shorts. Then I noticed even closer as he got closer to where I was, he got on short sleeves too. Now, mind you, it's about 40 something degrees outside. I had on some joggers, pullover, a cap on my head, all that kind of stuff. And so anyway, then I was like, yeah, so this is very interesting. And I also noticed he had a coffee cup in his hand. So he's walking on the track, short sleeves, shorts, and a coffee cup. But I was like, you know what, I ain't even mad at that. And so then I noticed he was jogging the curves of the track and then he was walking the straights. And I thought about that. And I was like, that's what I'm going to talk about on my podcast this morning. Now, I've never seen somebody jogging with a coffee cup before, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm not mad at that. And he had a little, a little extra weight and whatnot. Um, but he was doing something. I don't know what his history was or is, but he was out there doing something. Okay, whatever he was, he's where he is, and he was out there with that coffee cup. He was doing something. Okay, the main reason I want to talk about this is because it took, I have a long background in fitness, not just as a personal trainer, but as somebody who's always kind of been active. I have a history in that. And this morning, I almost didn't make my way outside. I almost didn't. Okay. But I did finally rouse the gumption, as they say, to go ahead and get my butt out there and walk and sprint on the track. Um, but what I'm saying is the reason why I was gonna like skip out is because it was cold and I was uncomfortable. Now you may have heard me talk about like how being uncomfortable is going to be necessary for you to get to the next level. But what I'm saying is going outside or doing something when it's cold for a lot of us takes another level of motivation. I have a background in fitness and I almost didn't do my outside stuff. I almost skipped out. This brother was out there in the cold. So that's the first thing I want to say. He had a different level of motivation to even be out there, even with his coffee cup. The next thing I wanted to say is this dude was out in the cold exercising with short sleeves and shorts on. With short sleeves and shorts. That takes an even higher level of motivation because that's even more uncomfortable. Okay? Um, and I want to highlight that because again, I don't know what the dude's background was. I assume he maybe is kind of getting into fitness or getting back into fitness or something like that. But that takes some motivation to be out there cold like that with shorts and short sleeves. Now, let me say this too because it's important to note this because I know it's on a lot of your minds. Somebody might have thought, well, he shouldn't be out there. He's trying to get sick. Being out there in 40 something degree weather with shorts and short sleeves. But the cold is not going to make you sick like that. Cold does not somehow manufacture cold virus. It doesn't do that. Um, actually, being out in the cold like that can actually be of health benefit to you, depending on how you do it, because of the fact that it causes your body to activate its own warming mechanism. Like whenever you shiver and stuff like that, it promotes circulation because you figure whenever your body warms up, it warms up by pushing warm blood throughout to kind of make you more warm. That's how it warms you up. And so the truth is, we are so comfortable. We always put ourselves in heated environments and we never give our bodies a chance to kind of like fully exercise themselves and pump the blood the way they need to pump. So we actually stagnate our circulation to some degree. Um, and it ends up being detrimental to our health because we always keep ourselves where our bodies are always comfortable where they don't have to like move to their you know potential, for lack of better words. But allowing your body to have to warm itself up can activate those mechanisms which promotes blood flow. It promotes immunity and even can contribute to longevity. And do your research. I think I've recorded a podcast about that kind of stuff before. Look up the concept hormesis or look at the episode of the podcast I did on hormesis. Um, which is kind of like inducing micro stresses in your body to promote health and longevity. But I won't talk about that here now. But anyway, it takes a different level of motivation to be out there in the cold with shorts and short sleeves. That's why I'm not mad at the coffee cup, man. because I mean he could have just been doing that to kind of help him be a little bit warmer on the inside, but he was starting where he was. A lot of us, might be you, I'm not saying it definitely is you, but a lot of us, we still making excuses. We're waiting for something. We keep on waiting for something. We're waiting for the perfect environment, the perfect kind of settings for us to go ahead and get our health in check. We're waiting for something that is good chance it's just not going to happen. That opportunity is not going to come. We keep on waiting for that, as if our health is something that we wait on improving. We wait for the right opportunities. Your health is foundational to your life. And I mentioned this in a recent podcast when I had like a bad headache about 2 weeks ago because I was sleeping kind of crooked, and I didn't feel like doing anything for almost 2 days because I had the headache that long. You don't really understand how valuable your health is until something makes you feel bad. Then you really, really want to feel good. And so a lot of us just kind of feel okay. And so we just kind of like push through and we keep on neglecting our health. And, we might start and stop or whatever, but we don't make like a commitment to it. Or we continue to kind of put it low on the prioritization list. But the thing is, if you want something bad enough, it's going to be a part of your routine, period. Cold is not going to like keep you from doing it. The discomfort in the exercise or in the eating properly or whatever is not going to keep you from doing it because you've really locked in. You've locked in. And when I say locked in, what I mean is you have set this as your way of life, as your way of life. And so you've endured or you have decided that you will endure that period of, stuff being uncomfortable, undesirable, and all of that because you know that time period will pass and that it will produce in you a good result. And so that's what you've locked into. Now, a lot of people are just not there yet. You're not there. But what I want to tell you is again, it's probably that you're waiting on the perfect opportunity that is not coming. Or you just are not prioritizing your health because you're taking your health for granted. I say this in love, but I realize that I keep on maybe not really saying it. And Lord knows, if you know me, you might kind of know how I feel about this stuff. I think most people who know me and know that I'm about health and healthy living and all that, you I'm pretty enthusiastic about it, but I don't know if you really know the degree to which. Like I'm very concerned about various people in my life who I know need to be in better health. And that's real talk. Like I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about that stuff because I know that we're taking our health for granted. We are taking this stuff for granted. So, anyway, I'm saying all that to say you will do whatever it is that is important to you. And what I'm telling you is you need to make your health important. You need to be like that dude I saw who was out in shorts with short sleeves in the cold. I'm not saying you had to do that specifically, like you had to dress light in the cold, bundle up and everything. Um, but like don't let anything hold you back because your health is like it's it's almost top of the list as far as like the most valuable things in life because when your health is gone, it's hard to do anything else. It is. And I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. So like you have to prioritize your health or you have to understand that what you're accepting is one that you will be not really able to fully walk out your purpose because your body's not really working the way it's supposed to. And two, you accept the possibility of like some sort of unfortunate kind of happening, like your health really deteriorating, you having a real issue on your hands. So it's like you either pay attention to your health now and kind of endure temporary discomfort of cold or muscle soreness or breathing hard or whatever, or you endure more discomfort later on when you're having to try to fix something that was caused by health neglect for a very long period of time. Okay. So I'm just gonna end that there. I think it's been long enough. But be like that dude, man. Go ahead and get out there. Stop kicking your health to the curb like you're okay when you're not. Okay. Never mind. I just kind of leave it there because when I start talking about this stuff, I can kind of go on and on and on and open up all kind of different things. So anyway, make sure you get your copy of my book, What You Can Do About Belly Fat. Description has the link. Um, Comment. Let me know what you think about this. Um, I'm about to do an intermittent fasting challenge on Facebook, so I'll try to link to that in the description as well. Make sure you share, like this episode, and always remember your doctor's not responsible for your health. You are. God bless you.